Imagine showing up to your job expecting a normal 9 to 5, only to find out that the building's sealed shut, your coworkers are panicking, and a mysterious voice over the intercom tells you to start killing people or die. Congratulations, you've just been voluntarily enrolled in the Belko experiment. And in case you were wondering, no, you're not surviving this. This isn't some zombie outbreak or alien invasion. This is humans being forced to kill each other in a glorified office park, and you're just another replaceable cog in the machine. Brew your coffee and grab your favorite creamer as we break down why you'd be screwed in the Belko experiment. The Belko experiment takes place in an isolated corporate building just outside of Bogota, Colombia. The company is Belko Industries, a generic American-run organization. Your job title does not matter, because the moment you step into that elevator, your real role becomes very clear. You're a test subject in a brutal psychological experiment. On a seemingly normal morning, everybody is here and ready for work, but they notice that all of the locals are sent home. Any means of communication are cut, and then a calm and neutral voice over the intercom.
In 8 hours, most of you will be dead.
Now, just for your records, there are 80 employees total. Most of them don't believe it. They think it's a prank or a drill. But then things get heated when metal shutters pop up and seal them in. And I mean, they are not going anywhere. They try to take a blowtorch to the shutters and it doesn't even get warm. Now, for those of you who think you're just gonna not participate, you have another thing coming. Their first command is fairly simple. They have to kill 2 of their coworkers within 30 minutes. If they don't, they'll be faced with unknown repercussions. Now they are taking things a bit more seriously, but ultimately not enough. The COO, Barry, has everyone calmed down, but eventually 4 heads explode like overripe cantaloupes. And just like that, it gets real. We find out that the tiny tracking chip implanted in their heads, supposedly for insurance against kidnappings, are actually remote detonated explosives, and the organizers are not afraid to use it. Before any of you guys start, you are not taking this thing out of your head. Why is that, you ask? Because the organizers have microphones and cameras literally everywhere. As they warn the employees, attempting to remove the implants or dismantle any cameras will cause you to come down with head go boom syndrome. Let's say you were lucky enough to not be one of the 4 who lost their heads. Now the stakes are higher. There are 76 of you left. You have to kill 30 people in 2 hours, or 60 people die instead. That's over half the building. As things escalate, people scramble to arm themselves. Now in the movie, everybody goes for the obvious: knives, forks, and other kitchen utensils that could be used as a weapon. But realistically, in what the movie should have been in the first place, the entire building has weapons just lying around. Staplers, paperweights, axes from the fire safety boxes, literally everything can be weaponized when that fight or flight response happens. More importantly, in this particular building, there's a security room conveniently stocked with guns. So you'd better hope that 1, you're the security guard who has the keys, 2, you're friends with the security guard, 3, your security guard is like Evan, who is responsible enough to know that they should hang on to said keys, or 4, that you're buddy-buddy with Barry the boss, because if not, you may just be picked for the lineup. More on that later. Now, maybe things were calmed down before they could escalate too far. It's at this point where you have the conversation of actually choosing who dies. Most aren't okay with it, but Barry and a few of his goons are. Before they decide on that costly decision, Leandra comes up with the idea of hanging SOS banners from the rooftop, hoping that a passerby will see them. For a second, it looks like they may be getting somewhere, until the guards start popping rounds at them. I don't think that it was gonna work regardless, because they are in the middle of nowhere and their driveway is apparently half a mile long. So you aren't calling for help, you aren't leaving, and you could have potentially died by now from your coworker bestie losing their shit, or maybe you were picked as an example. While you're trying to be the good Samaritan, someone's already forced the keys from the security and armed their trusted allies to the teeth. The goons have an idea to execute people over 60 and spare those with kids under the age of 18, but that only leaves them with 7 people, which isn't enough. So people are randomly selected and they vow to kill anyone on the spot if they display any type of protest. Then we get a corporate version of The Walking Dead's iconic lineup. Even though they randomly choose people, they only end up with what looks like roughly 15. And I'd say you have a chance of not being picked or just not dying at all, because there's someone who's been hiding this entire time, and they could conveniently shut the power off right as you were about to be executed, prolonging this experience but possibly sparing your life. As everyone starts panicking and running in different directions, gunshots are let off randomly. But that's not all. Barry's kill squad are now hunting people, and the voice comes back to tell you that 29 have died so far, which is 1 short. You have 2 minutes to execute 1 person or 30 more will die. During these 2 minutes, someone hesitates and you all ultimately fail to meet the quota. Now 31 employees have their heads turned into confetti. At no point are you ever safe. There is no reward for playing fair. You could hide, fight, plead, cooperate. Doesn't really matter because you are being timed and you have a deadline. Eventually, it all comes down to one last twisted command. Whoever has the highest kill count by the end of the experiment will be allowed to live. This is where it all goes full battle royale, and those who hesitated before either join the bloodbath or add to the pile. All hope goes out the window and desperation moves in. The drop-dead gorgeous intern offers herself in exchange for mercy. Those who hesitated before are shooting their favorite receptionist. Those who pleaded are now throwing Molotov cocktails at the janitor. But I guess some good came from this final round, since the perverted coworker has his face smashed in with an axe.
Don't you call me pervert.
Roughly 21 people are executed during the lineup massacre. About 40 people have their implant detonated. 2 of the goons are jumped by their would-be victims, and those hiding in bathrooms are chopped into pieces. You are with no doubt bound to be any one of those people. We all can't beat the odds, but maybe 2 of us did. Still, only one of us can live. This is where Mike, our reluctant hero, makes his final stand. He faces off against Barry in a blood-soaked showdown. Barry is Special Forces trained, so it's not really a fight at all. However, Mike, using surrounding office supplies, which once again should have been this entire movie, pulls off a slight victory and is declared the survivor. But that's not the end. The organizers come in, clean up the mess, and inform Mike that this was merely phase 1. His reactions, decisions, and trauma have all been recorded and analyzed. Thinking they've won, Mike informs them how he slipped the implants onto the voice and the guards. He runs to the control panel and just starts randomly flipping switches, somehow avoiding his own, and he proceeds to execute anyone still alive. Next thing you know, he walks out into the light and it's revealed he's just one of many subjects. In the final scene, we pan out to see dozens of other similar experiments happening across the globe.
End stage 1. Commence stage 2.
So let's review your odds of survival. If you're old, 1 out of 10 chances of you surviving. If you're a decent human being, 2 out of 10 chances you survive. If you're a cunning manipulator with military training, maybe 5 out of 10. If you're Barry, I'd give you a 7 out of 10 until karma comes back on your ass. If you're Mike, technically you survive, but you are going to need a shit ton of therapy. The truth is, no one is prepared for the Belko experiment. You're locked in a building with 79 other people surrounded by weapons. You can't run, you can't hide, you can't trust anyone, because at the end of the day, only one of you are walking out alive. It's a social crucible designed to strip away morality, humanity, and hope, and reward those who jump the fastest to chaos. And even if you make it out, you're only going deeper down the rabbit hole. So next time you're stuck in a Zoom meeting that could have been an email, just remember, at least your coworkers aren't actively trying to kill you yet. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Honestly, I was kind of disappointed when I found out that only one person in this entire movie was killed using office supplies. Regardless, it's still a fun watch. If you enjoyed this video, please like and comment any opinions you may have. Until next time, keep watching the dark because it's definitely watching you.